Music out of here. Oh, we are back. We're back. For another wonderful edition of Miles and Trent Talk Football. As always, I'm Miles. Who's that?
I am Trent. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Every now and again. Every now and again, we might be ourselves. Perhaps.
Yes.
Got a lot to get into. I am too. There's a lot going on in the National Football League, dog. There's a lot. I think you're picking up. I think you're picking me up. If you've got your audio live. But no,
there we go.
We've got a lot to get into here. I mean, this coaching carousel has been nothing short of ballistic. Probably one of the more active that we've seen in a while. We've seen contenders fire coaches, and we'll get into that. We've seen some pretty out there hires. I know we're a little behind on the coaching carousel. Obviously, we both have life and game previews and all that stuff. But, I mean, more keeps happening. So I'm thinking here, we can touch on both of our teams, kind of where we think things are going. And then I think we can get to the league more broadly as a whole. I think would be a good way to go about this. So, firstly, I will kick this over to you. The Eagles did the thing. Kevin Patullo is no longer the offensive coordinator, and I'm pretty sure the whole city of Philadelphia would have rioted if they kept him on. So kind of fill me in there. How do you feel about Sean Mannion stepping in as the OC, the Packers quarterback coach? We've seen kind of how good Jordan Love has developed. What are you feeling there?
Well, my initial thoughts were we're 24th in the league in offense. So
Correct.
there's not too much further to fall. I mean, there's still some wiggle room,
There's
but
some wiggle
not too
room.
much wiggle. But either that, or we get better, or we stay the same. And then I don't know. I haven't really digested, haven't really done my research. Sorry, everyone. But initial thoughts are just, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what he can do. Never called plays before,
Yeah.
so we'll figure out how that goes.
Could be a potential
Uh,
concern.
yeah. Also, they hired Glizzard as their passing game coordinator, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know if he's any good. I know that they took a step back in Buccaneers land last year towards the end of the season.
True.
I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on what's going on and have a video out Monday about what I really think.
Uh-huh.
But right now, just happy to at least have a coordinator. I hear there's some big news coming up next week for the Eagles, so
Okay.
who knows?
Who knows?
Hopefully not a trade.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe you can get a bunch out of A.J. Brown.
No, I like AJ Brown.
Yeah, but does A.J. Brown like Philadelphia? That's the question.
I think he does. I think he's just
Salty.
salty. I get it, dude. Like the last 2 seasons, Jalen Hurts hasn't really thrown the ball well.
Right.
He was 30th in yards last year.
To
And
be
then
fair
this year-
though, last year though, Saquon was going on an absolute godlike tear. Like
Yeah.
you do got to throw that into consideration. I know Saquon wasn't the same Saquon this year as he was last year, but obviously things got a little too predictable in that Eagles offense.
I have a lot to say about Jalen Hurts. Sorry.
Are we gonna
I have a lot.
get the Jalen Hurts episode this off season?
I think so. I hope Mannion, is that how you say it?
Sean Mannion, yeah, something like that.
I hope that he can unlock Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, Jalen Hurts, he can turn it on, but he also has a lot of shortcomings, I believe. And that's just me being 100% honest.
I got you.
Well,
Denver did some stuff. So, and he's on the thumbnail. We fired Joe Lombardi, which I do think there is of some of the offensive blame to go around. I think some of that does go on to Lombardi. Obviously, he is the OC. He's been close with Sean Payton now for years, going back to New Orleans. And I think that eventually he was going to become a casualty. Granted, again, not all of that is his fault, but it really is Sean Payton making those decisions with the coaching staff and everything that goes with that. So what I'm interested in, though, is, and I made a video about this. This was the Davis Webb kind of mini episode. I don't think it was that long of a video, but it was the Davis Webb mini episode. I'm pretty damn sure that Davis Webb is getting promoted. But one of the more interesting names that I threw out, if Denver does not want to go the direction of Davis Webb, which I think would be crazy right now, kind of given where things have been lately. Like, you fire Joe Lombardi. He pulled out of the Raiders head coaching search after, I think, the second round of interviews. And so now it's like, I think that Davis Webb has that OC job. I think they're doing a couple of like formality interviews just to kind of test the water, see what's there. But I really think it's Davis Webb's job to lose. We also went and fired, I think it was the wide receiver coach, which was warranted, I think, just because one of the biggest problems that Denver had all season long, that we've had really for 2 straight years since Bo Nix has taken over as quarterback, is the drops out of the wide receiver room. Some of that could be talent, for sure. Some of that could be the talent not really living up to what it needs to be. But I mean, Broncos fans, we've seen all season long just how inconsistent kind of the receivers can be, especially like Cortland Sutton had probably one of his worst stretches of plays that I've ever seen him have, from kind of the back couple of games of the regular season to the even into the playoffs. Like, those 54 yards that he got were after multiple drops and no catches up until the final 2 minutes of regulation in Buffalo, or in that Buffalo game. And then, nobody stepped up for Jarrett Stidham in the Pats game. Like, we saw Marvin Mims do really the bulk of the receiver work, which I think, now there's a conversation to have about whether or not he needs to get more snaps. The DB coach, I wasn't fully sure of. I thought the DBs, for the most part, did a really good job this year in what they were asked to do, and just kind of everything that had gone on with that. It's been weird with the coaching stuff. I was kind of surprised that that DB coach got fired. Ooh, Bach Choi popping into my chat. We haven't been like live for a ton. Probably half of this was me sitting on the stream starting screen, so you haven't missed much, Bach. You're all good. But just to touch my thoughts on assuming that the OC job is Davis Webb's to lose. Right now, I have a lot of faith, actually, in Davis Webb. We've seen him call plays before, granted, preseason, limited capacity, so you do have to take that with a grain of salt. But I do think that Davis Webb is one of kind of those young offensive minds that, like, you do get excited about. Former quarterback, obviously. This quarterback coaching job was kind of his first one after he got done with the Giants and, didn't really have a path as a player. Sean Payton brought him on as a coach, which at the time, I think a lot of people were kind of curious about, but I think now, like, there is a lot of faith in Davis Webb. So that's going to be exciting. I think it's pretty obvious we're losing Vance Joseph at some point. I just don't know if we know who he's going to. If I had to guess, it's probably the Cardinals.
No.
But I think that Denver's got a good enough line of succession to where they'll be able to kind of hold up relatively well. I think it's Jim Leonard that's behind him that they like. So that'll be interesting to kind of see how that shakes out. But as it stands now, Denver has not hired anybody. It's just those couple of firings. Really, again, like, if I had to guess, like, the Lombardi firing was probably due in part to the lack of a run game. And again, some of that is on Sean Payton. Obviously, he is that play caller. But the OC does get a part in that. And yeah, it'll just be interesting to see how things shake out on the Denver front as they go on their coaching search. And again, we're still waiting to see how VJ shakes out, which if Joseph does get hired, I think Denver gets 2 third-round picks, compensatory third-round picks, which I think would be dope.
Sorry. I did hear that Davis Webb is actually going to get more play calling duties than Lombardi did.
Which I think could be good, and again, we'll have to see how it looks in live game action. But a lot of us Bronco fans were really clinging to that one game in the preseason where Davis Webb was calling plays and the offense looked like an absolute total machine. Man, they just went out there and marched up and down the field no matter who was out there. What I think I saw like a theory floating around that the plan is like keep Davis Webb there while Sean Payton coaches out the rest of his career, and then like once that's all done and over with, promote Davis Webb to head coach. So probably a little bit of a conspiracy there, but maybe there are some bigger line of succession plans that us Bronco fans don't know about going on behind closed doors.
As long as he doesn't learn any bad habits.
True.
Like screen passes that are no longer relevant in today's.
Listen, you are going to get your -1 to +5 yard screens, and you are gonna like it. That's what us Broncos fans have had to accept, is that we are going to get our 5-yard screens and you are going to like it.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think that the Broncos have a true number 1 receiver?
No. And I don't want to spoil too much on my thoughts on this, because I'm going to talk about it in the off-season wish list video. And I think I mentioned it a couple of times before as well. I don't think so we saw early in Sutton's career when he got to be a number 2 behind Demaryius Thomas. That seemed like his best role because he really is like a red zone, throw it up to him, let him go get it, because most times with his technique and his height and all that, it's usually like a 70-30 ball for the most part.
Yeah.
As a 1 though, part of the issue is Sutton. Like he's good at a lot of things, but he doesn't like excel in like a route running role or anything, because he is kind of like a big body receiver. Like he runs NFL routes, don't get me wrong, but but it just does not feel like that Denver really has like that number 1, hey, this is the guy, go and get it, do or die sort of number 1 guy on the offense. So again, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I definitely think that Denver is, and I'm going to talk about this in my wish list video. But no. Short answer, no. Denver doesn't have a number 1 right now.
Sam Poyle says screen passes are what offenses use to keep defenses from blitzing all the time. Blitz on a screen pass, the defense is toast.
Yeah, that is true. And like there is very much still like a time and a place for screens in today's NFL. I think a lot of Denver's issue is that it doesn't get blocked right half the time.
They don't have the personnel to run them.
No, I don't think Adam Troutman is really the guy you want out front. Which and it's just kind of what it is.
Or Pat Bryant.
See, and I don't. No, you want Pat Bryant blocking. No, that motherfucker digs in and blocks. I would trust that. I would trust that guy with a World War I trench.
Okay, so him.
But yeah, like Marvin Mims. I never got why Mims was out blocking on screens. Like that is the guy that should be catching the screen.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, time and place. I just felt like Denver runs them too much. It's like they gave up on the run for this, and I think that's just what Sean Payton does.
I think that is Sean Payton's version of the run game, is just trying to get those skill players out in space, which kind of brings me back to like, why didn't Marvin Mims A, get more snaps on offense, and B, get more screens? Because like that guy's been an all-pro punt returner for very good reasons.
Good ball vision.
Exactly, and it just I mean, hopefully the playoffs were a wake-up call for the Broncos coaching staff, that Marvin Mims needs A, more touches, and B, more snaps, because my God, that guy could be like, I don't want to go out and say that he's going to be this type of guy, but I think he's like the Tyreek Hill type that really works in today's NFL as a wide receiver too. Just because of like his speed and shiftiness, and obviously, you know, Tyreek Hill also had the plus side as a punt returner.
That is true. Yeah. I totally agree that they don't really have a number 1.
No,
I watched. Cortland Sutton's also 30 years old this year. We all know 30 is about the time where, unless you are like taking care of yourself, your body, like right. 30.
In the NFL, that is kind of where you start to hit that downtrend in your career.
Yeah, if the blocking isn't fundamentally sound, a screen pass will not work. That was Denver's problem.
That was basically Denver's entire problem, running screens.
The Eagles used to run screens really well.
Who was it? Who was even on those offenses? Because that was like, when I think of like the Eagles running screens, I think of like Chip Kelly.
It was actually Andy Reid that did it with Ryan Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Westbrook was so good.
Yeah, and then like Doug Peterson even did it with who was their running back? I can't even remember.
Darren Sproles?
Darren Sproles got a lot of screens. Boston Scott.
Who else? Who was the what was his last? It was like Wood something. What was his name? He was like a third string running back. He had that crazy catch in the back of the end zone in the Super Bowl.
It wasn't Gainwell, was it?
No, it wasn't Gainwell. No, his last name had the word Wood in it.
Hold on.
Super Bowl. Well, hey, while we're kind of chilling here in the brief interlude as Trent looks this up, whether or not you're watching on my channel or over on Trent's, doesn't matter either way. Don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to sub. We're both working towards milestones. Trent at this point working to 300. He just passed 200, which big congrats there. I'm happy for you, my man. I myself am headed towards 400. I'm only 13 away, so don't forget to show us some love as well if you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, we're having a great time.
Clement? Was it Clement?
No, it wasn't
It
early.
was Corey Clement. It was.
Was it
That's the
Clement?
only.
Was it Clement that made that
Yeah.
catch? Okay, what was
Yeah.
the? Oh
We
my
had
God! Oh no! I remember. Wendell Smallwood.
yeah, Smallwood. But I do know LeGarrette Blount went off in that Super Bowl, 90 yards and a touchdown.
Dude, LeGarrette Blount
A
is
fourth
one of those.
carry?
LeGarrette Blount is going to be one of those guys that gets like kind of gets like swept under the rug, despite the fact that he was so good. Blunt was
Yeah.
so good, but like he's probably going to be in like that same tier when people talk about running backs as like Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
Or maybe even who am I? Sean Alexander. Like guys that
Eagles
had really good peaks.
They definitely had mobile linemen too.
True.
But Steven Jackson.
Yo, what up, Vic?
It kind of sucks that Steven Jackson played for those bad Rams teams because he had over like 12,000 yards.
He was, Steve, and that's the thing. Like he's because he played for some shit teams, which Blunt kind of did too to start his career. Because I think he was a Buccaneer in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. That was a bad time to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, by the way. Oh man. All right, so there we do.
I'm so sorry.
No, we do this every time, and I enjoy it every time. I just get to sit here and info dump about football, and then you get to as well, and it's a great time. So
That's like my favorite.
A lot to get into here on the coaching tree, though. And we got some places. Where do you even want to start in this absolute mess? Like I talked about the Broncos coaching stuff. We talked about the Sean Mannion hire for the Eagles. I mean. I almost went. You know what? No, let's start with the Bill Belichick thing.
Oh, hello, Bill, Mr. Not First Ballot.
How does
funny?
he get snubbed that bad?
Eli Manning kept him out again. I'm just kidding. I mean,
did Eli get a Hall of Fame vote? What?
He's in the Hall of Fame.
He is. Okay, dude, that's funny. All right, that's kind of funny.
It's kind of fitting that Eli gets in and Bill, even though it's a different vote, like a committee.
Yeah, he gets in before just one more time kept Bill away from the big one. Had to get the hat trick on that one. That's funny. I don't think anyone thought Eli was going to be a first ballot.
Was he a first ballot?
Was it his first ballot? Didn't he retire in like 2020 or 2021? Eli didn't retire that long ago, I don't think.
Well, it would have to be like 5 or 6 years.
Right.
He was not.
Was it not first ballot, or was it?
He had.
Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't even make it in this one.
0 All Pros, 0 regular season success, and a career 500 record.
Yeah. Okay.
But because he beat.
We were incorrect. Eli did not get voted in this year.
Can you believe, like, Eli, I think it was name, and it was the fact that he beat Brady twice that he got it.
Probably, and that it'll probably get him in eventually. Like, I think he's got a good enough legacy there to be able to get in. No. But it's like, his numbers are, like, bonkers. It's just, like... He would definitely be. I'm not saying he'd be the floor for Hall of Fame quarterbacks, because I think there are some worse quarterbacks that have gotten in, and granted, some of that is era adjusted as well. Like Joe Namath is probably the floor for Hall of Fame quarterbacks, if you ask me. But like Eli, like exactly a 500 record, 117 and 117. Barely completed 60% of his career passes, 57,000 yards, which is good, 366 touchdowns, 244 picks. Like. Eli had a good run there, but I don't want to spend too long on Eli, but it has been, I mean, just what a career for the guy. Like, so all over the place, and then it was like, the back half of his career, too, was so fucking mid. Like, everything after 2012, like, he had one season where they won more than 7 games.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I forgot he threw 27 picks in a season.
I would say he has to... I would have to say that Eli, if they put Eli in, because they need to put Jim Plunkett in.
That's interesting.
Because Plunkett is basically the same kind of player.
He's basically the 80s Eli Manning. He just came off of the bench. a lot more than Eli
Yeah.
did. Cause he
Yeah.
was on that first Raiders, or on the first ever team that went wild card to Super Bowl, with the 1980 Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you
Bonkers.
can't tell the story without Plunkett then.
No, you can't.
Also, Belichick with Sam Hoyle, and I totally could see this being a reason why Belichick was kept out first ballot.
All right, hit
Belichick
me.
was great, but he did nothing to advance the game. Belichick was not an innovator like Paul Brown and Tom Landry.
Oh,
Belichick
okay.
made sure his players were fundamentally sound. Let me tell you this. This was kind of what I was kind of thinking it over
Okay.
yesterday, and I
Okay.
kind of arrived at the same conclusion. If I was going to keep him out, it would be because I don't think he elevated the game.
Right.
I think Bill Walsh, Paul Brown, Tom Landry,
like basically every first ballot coach, you can trace back an innovation to them.
Vince Lombardi wasn't even a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Which is funny because they named the trophy after the guy.
Yeah. He wasn't a first ballot. Like Don Shula was a first ballot, but he coached for so long.
Right. He won so many games.
Yeah, it's just, and then you have he was kind of the Barry Bonds of NFL coaching, kind of a jerk. So yeah, but I really just think he should have gotten in as a first ballot, but there's a case to be made that, hey,
for why they kept him out.
If I was a voter, I would have voted Belichick, but
right.
I would also say, like, I could see, like, him not being an innovator.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything to advance anything.
That's valid. All right, there is one hire that I have wanted to jump on since we started this, and it's that goddamn Mike McCarthy to the Steelers hire, and I know, like, we've already had it beat into the ground, but it just feels so like the Steelers, it just feels like they're settling for mediocrity right now.
They put a hat on a hat.
No, straight up. Or like they took one hat off and put like the same brand, just a different color on, and called it, different. It's like if there is one thing that I think McCarthy does have going for him, like I think he has done good with developing quarterbacks. I just like, who is Pittsburgh gonna take? If anyone, and like, do you really think that like a 42, 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to run it back with Mike McCarthy? Like,
didn't they like hate each other at the end of the?
Do what?
Didn't they like hate each other at the end?
I think so. Like, I think there was a lot of tension between them there. So like, I think it's a bonkers decision that, like, unless A-Rod like already officially retired, but I don't remember hearing one way or the other. And maybe he did, but that's gonna like leave the Steelers in a weird decision. Okay, so yeah, so he's it's kind of in limbo right now. The Steelers gave him a deadline to make a decision here. They don't want to do the whole thing that the Packers had to go through with Rodgers. Somebody, and this is from Steeler Depot. Real quick, from Kaboli, they're a reporter. I don't know them, but I want to give the credit where the credit is due. Kaboli is saying that A-Rod that the Steelers are expecting him to come back. I don't know if that'll materialize or not, but they're really like not trying to let Aaron Rodgers drag this out like he did with Green Bay, which it's going to be very, very interesting, I think, to see how Mike McCarthy operates with the personnel that Pittsburgh has. Like, I think there's some okay pieces there, and like, you're still hanging on to DK, I imagine. But it's like, outside of DK, it's like, who do you really have? Freiermuth didn't get enough use with Tomlin there near the end. Yeah, because, Jonnu Smith has Arthur Smith has a Jonnu fetish. And then, like, that defense regressed ridiculously. And I don't know if the Steelers have hired or fired or let go of any of their other staff right now, or if they're kind of keeping the band together and just inserting Mike McCarthy. I don't know what to expect from the Steelers. Maybe some slight improvements in the offense, just because, like, I do think McCarthy usually coaches decent offenses. Like the Dallas offenses with him like weren't bad at all. I just think he kind of makes some boneheaded decisions at crucial points in games, and that's why he was getting memed in Dallas because of some of those, dog water play calls. I don't know if the Steelers should expect like better this year or if they should still be hedging on 9-10 wins, sneak in as the 6 or 7 seed and get destroyed in the wild card. Like,
I do know that my friend's upset about the hiring. I will say about McCarthy, he's at least not going to like sink the. Well, never mind. The unfortunate thing about McCarthy is he is not going to sink the ship.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the Steelers need a tank year so bad. Like, they've been so and like a lot of fan bases too. Like, let's not take away from the sustained success, obviously. Like, you've won 9 or 10 games for the past 20 years, basically. Going back to Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin and everything there. Like, the Steelers have been consistently good, and a lot of fan bases would clamor for that with the 2 Super Bowl wins this century, obviously, the one that retired Cowher, and then the one under Mike Tomlin just a couple of years later. Like, there is a lot of fan bases would kill for that kind of success. A lot of fan bases would probably commit a lot of crimes for that amount of success. But at the same time, like, they've kind of just sustained mediocrity to a point. Like, they're never picking high in drafts, and that's been an issue because they haven't gotten any of that super high end talent. Like, Pittsburgh needs a tank year, bro. I just don't think they're ever gonna get it.
They have not had a losing record since 2003.
Yeah, so we've been going almost a quarter century of winning seasons.
But just getting a winning season doesn't...
Right, that doesn't mean anything if you don't do anything with it.
So after the 6-10 season, they went 15-1 in 2004.
Yeah, because that was the year they got Roethlisberger, and then he had to step in after like week 1 or 2 or something. Because I think, because who was the starter going into that year? Was that Tommy Maddox?
Yeah, Tommy Maddox.
Former first round pick of the Denver Broncos, Tommy Maddox. Yeah. First round pick in the 92 draft. It pissed Elway off. Elway was not happy when they made that pick. Let's see. Who else do we kind of got on the docket here?
Joe freaking Brady.
Joe Brady. Joe Brady. And I was saying this before the show. I don't know how the collective brass of Buffalo Bills fans feel about promoting Joe Brady. From an outside perspective, I don't feel like the hire is initially that bad of an idea, just because, and I think he's got a lot of credit with how he helped bring Josh Allen along. Excuse me. I can't say I hate the hire, because again, like, he's been the OC, and if anything, that offense has been under his control for a good chunk of everything, just because, McDermott was more of a defensive coach coming in. And that's... Yeah. I definitely think that there is, this... I don't think Buffalo is going to necessarily get worse by much, if really at all, on the offensive side of the ball. I think it remains to be seen, though, how the defense gets managed, because, again, you got to think about it. Like, they've had they had the league's worst rush defense last year, and they did have the best pass defense last year, but I think that was kind of by default because they faced the least amount of pass attempts last season, or during the regular season, what have you. And then, obviously, I mean, those defenses have collapsed time and time again in the playoffs, which has obviously kept them out of the Super Bowl and without rings and all that fun jazz. I don't hate the Brady hire at all, or the promotion, I guess is what it would be, the Joe Brady promotion. I think it does bode decently well for Buffalo. I think we'll know a little more about kind of how to feel about Buffalo once they kind of get the rest of that staff filled out, and I don't know if they've hired anybody, because now they got to fill the OC hole. Didn't they fire their defensive coordinator?
Oh, I think they did. Let me ask you this question. I got a comment from Sam Poyle. Sounds like Josh Allen will have plenty of more free reign. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? If that happens.
If he gets a little more free reign?
Yeah.
I don't know, because how much run did McDermott get? I think it's the thing. Like, I don't know. Is he gonna get more, like, say, in personnel decisions? That would be my thought process.
Josh Allen more free reign.
Like, letting Allen get more loose with it, or?
Yeah, I think that's what he means. I don't like that idea.
Interesting strategy. I think there are times where you definitely got to let him free. Obviously, like we saw him play Superman so often over the past, I mean, God, like 5-6 years at this point. It just, like, I think a lot of the issue with Buffalo, and it was like they got a little too Allen reliant. I think we've seen at points that Allen's ball security can be a little iffy. Like, I mean, it's what lost him a playoff game this year. It's interesting. So real quick too, I do want to touch on something. The Bills did they ganked a Broncos assistant coach. So they snagged offensive assistant Pete Carmichael to be their new OC. Which I think that there was quite a bit that Carmichael did behind the scenes, and he was Peyton's OC with the Saints from 2009 to 2023, so that's 15 seasons of just being an absolute guy, which almost kind of shocks me that he wasn't the OC with how much history they had together instead of Joe Lombardi. I don't really know kind of what that decision was. I would like to see what they do at defensive coordinator, though, if we can.
They would have to, in my opinion, they would have to get a huge defensive coordinator upgrade in order for this to work.
Yeah. Ooh, unless we've got something from the. Do we have something here?
Yes.
Let me I don't know.
Maybe Kelly will rein Allen in and protect himself. Maybe. I would like to see that. I think the problem.
I'm seeing so much stuff about who they may or may not have hired.
I think the problem is he does try to play Superman. He does try to play Superman a little too much. The same thing happened with Marino. Like, Don Shula just let him Marino cook. Let him cook, let him change plays at the lines. And I think, like, and granted, he didn't have the run game, but you have to kind of, like, coach your quarterback into being, okay, you don't need to be Superman all the time. You don't need to be Batman all the time. You could just be normal Bruce Wayne or Clark Kent for a little bit, and then when you need to, then you unleash it all. But that's just me.
So the Bills haven't hired a coordinator yet, I don't think. So Jim Leonard is a name coming up in those talks, which would be a bit of a blow to the Broncos. I saw something about Raheem Morris, but I don't know, because I don't think he's been hired, but he'll land a defensive coordinator job somewhere. Gus Bradley got an interview as well. So did Joe Woods. So there's nothing final about the defensive coordinator spot for Buffalo. I hope it's not Jim Leonard, because I'm pretty sure he gets the spot if Vance Joseph gets hired out, unless Denver manages to hang on to VJ, which I would be down for. That'd be cool.
I would hope that Vance Joseph would be smart enough.
Yeah. I think, like, if Joseph did take that second chance, because there was a lot that started coming out about his time in Denver, that, like, he was handcuffed kind of bad. Like, he didn't really get to, like, choose the personnel. Like there was a lot going on behind the scenes. I think, like, if he does get that second chance, like, it will be a better fit for him. I think he'll have a little more experience, and he's got some of the guidance from Sean Payton. I'm not saying it's going to happen one way or another, but I would like to retain Vance Joseph for another year, because he just won Assistant Coach of the Year, too.
I just think
like the PFWA.
I think Arizona needs an offensive mind this time around.
Uh-huh.
Because they had Jonathan Gannon, and he was supposedly a defensive mind. I like to mix it up. If one thing doesn't work, then you try the other.
Yeah, that's fair.
Instead of making a lateral move.
Yeah. No, for sure. Who else that, like, we haven't really touched on? Oh, Stefanski to Atlanta, I think, was a kind of interesting move. Atlanta's weird for me to forecast. I think because Penix had the ACL thing, so he's going to be down for a lot of next year. Because that happened kind of late in the year, too, in the regular season for the Falcons. I think offensively they've got a lot of good pieces. Like, I like Drake London. I think Kyle Pitts definitely showed a lot of flashes. I think Kirk Cousins could operate pretty good in a Stefanski offense. I mean, we saw what Flacco did in Stefanski's offense. They went to the playoffs that year. And I think he's got an upgrade to work with at running back now. Like, he just has a better team to work with, Kevin Stefanski does, in Atlanta. Defensively, I think it'll be interesting. They saw some improvements, but I feel like their secondary took a little bit of a step back, just a bit with Bates and AJ Terrell, who are two very good players. I just don't know how much maybe they have in the tank. Maybe they just had an off year. I think it'll really depend too on kind of how they keep that personnel defensively, and then maybe who they hire, because I don't know if they've hired anyone for the defensive coordinator position. No, they did. Jeff Ulbrich.
Yeah. They haven't hired anybody for GM, though.
Have they not hired a GM?
No.
Crazy work.
I think Stefanski, this is probably going to be better. I don't know what to think of Michael Penix.
Okay. I actually kind of dig the Ulbrich hire for the Falcons. Because, okay, so, like, when you think of the Jets, like the early 2020 Jets, what was the one good thing about them?
Defense.
He was the defensive coordinator for those teams, 2021 to 24. And then he was the interim. He was the interim in 24 after they fired.
Saleh?
Yeah, after they fired Saleh. You do gotta wonder how much of that was Robert Saleh and how much of that was Jeff Ulbrich. I'd say, though, that there's a decent chance. I do think this Falcons defense could very much improve next season, like, as a whole, and maybe just find a little more consistency. I like Ulbrich as a defensive coordinator, and he hasn't been coaching for forever either. So, like, I feel like a guy to watch in the next couple of years. If this goes good in Atlanta, he might be a name to watch for a head coaching spot, because he's almost like a great value Mike Vrabel almost. He played 9 years in the league, all with the Niners. Kind of more as a backup, went right to the Seahawks as an assistant special teams guy, and then he went to UCLA. He's already been with the Falcons before as a linebackers coach. And then he went to the Jets as the defensive coordinator. So, like, he might be a guy that you watch to see if he becomes a head coach later on. Because, again, he's only been doing the coaching side of things for 15 seasons in total, which in the grand scheme of NFL coaching is not that long.
No. Next coach for Arizona is going to have to be special. That is true.
Yeah, Zona is going to need, like, an absolute miracle to, I think, turn that ship around.
This guy right
here. Lordy.
Low hanging fruit right there.
No, fair enough. Sometimes you just gotta take it.
Arizona, yeah. I think I think Stefanski is going to be way better. Cleveland, I mean...
What's up?
What was that?
Oh,
I think.
you like cut out for a second and then you came back in. I didn't
Oh,
hear all
sorry.
of what you had said.
I said Stefanski will be way better in Atlanta than he was in Cleveland. Obviously,
I
I
think
just
so
don't know
too.
I don't know what I think of Penix.
I don't know if Raheem Morris was the right head coach to give Michael Penix to.
I was trying not to call him the other name.
I don't know. Like he's had injury problems, which you can't control that. Like a lot of that is just bad luck
No.
on the injury front, but like it is something that you do have to think about.
Yeah.
It like the whole Michael Penix thing is that's gonna be something to watch for the Falcons because like this is Stefanski's team. I think he's gonna get who he wants. Maybe not this year because the Falcons don't have a first round pick, but I think kind of in maybe next year's draft, I think they could get a guy that they like because it'll be what next year will be the Arch Manning draft, won't it be? Trent, are you there? Oh no. Technical difficulties. Oh boy. Trent! Is it my Wi-Fi dying or is it your Wi-Fi dying, Trent? Who's dead here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. Alright, hang on. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Let me add a thing. Let me add a be right back thingamabobber. Because we are suffering on the technical difficulties front all of a sudden. We'll try and be back as soon as we can. Oh no. Oh boy. Is it my internet dying or is it yours, Trent? What's going on? Uh-oh. Something has gone catastrophically wrong. Oh no.
Life starts with a sunny day. Let's feel our ocean breath. We are cruising overseas. Can't wait for a new adventure. La 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 la. A new adventure. La 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 la. New adventure.
Trent, like, completely crashed out of the stream. I don't actually know what happened to him. Like, the whole layout's, like, completely scuffed now. It is simply me here. I might pull the layout real quick just so I'm like, ooh, wrong thing. There we go. Okay, until Trent gets back, I don't actually know what to do. Cause it just completely crashed on us. Trent died. Trent is gone. What do? Can we get some F's in chat for Trent here? Oh god. Shit, man. Hey Sid, we're having technical difficulties here. Something has happened to Trent. And I don't know what. Internet went out. Oh no. Oh no, Trent's Wi-Fi went down. No. Shit. Oh shit. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how long it'll take him to get it back up. Yeah, R.I.P. Trent's stream. That is tragic, man. Shit. Oh no. Trent's live stream died. What new? Shit. If you're over from Trent's stream, hello. I'm the other guy that's always here. I'm the Miles half of MTTF. Oh man. Yeah, Trent's whole shit died, so we're waiting for Trent to come back online. I'll refocus here. We are waiting for Trent to come back online. So when he comes back, I'll show him some love. Go like and subscribe there. I've got him in my description, so the subscribing part you can hit. Oh, and it kicked me entirely. Oh no. All right. Okay, listen here, OBS. Can you simply don't? That would be cool. Okay, we'll go to, hang on a minute. We'll come over here and we'll just activate my face cam for a minute. Oh yeah, this is usually my gaming setup. I need something a little better. Fine, that'll work. That'll work for a second, just while I got the webcam up, because it kicked me. Discord will kick you if you're sitting alone in a call for too long, and it'll fight with you. So yeah, that's great. Oh, the humanity. Oh, for sure. So, again, if you're kind of usually one of my regulars, go check out Trent. He does some cool stuff over on his channel. And then again, if you're enjoying it over on my side as well and you're new, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. Trying to push for 400 subs. We're almost there. And I guess, real quick, like, I'll elaborate a little bit. So I was talking about Jeff Ulbrich is the last thing that I remember actually talking about. Was Jeff Ulbrich. And I think he's a guy that's kind of been a little under the radar in just terms of, like, guys you think about as head coaches, because it's, you know what, actually we can do? We can hit, let's see if we can hit this, and then see if we can just bring up my primary monitor. Yeah, there we go. So, like, I want to talk about this a little bit. So he was, oh, Trent's back, we got him. All right, so I need to. We made it. Hang on, I gotta fix a couple of things over on my side real quick. It's all good. It happens, dog. It happens. Your thing said nah. Now I gotta wait for my camera to get its life back together because I had to go deactivate my actual face cam. I'm fighting demons now, bro, and now my Discord doesn't want to work. Well, now my face cam just wants to jump off a cliff. Okay, come on, I deactivated it in OBS. What is the dealio here? Face cam. It's, oh no. It's gone sideways! It's all dead and gone. It's over. It's never been so over in our lives. All right, I gotta like wiggle my face cam out, and then I gotta replug it back in, and then I gotta seethe and cry.
At least people are staying around.
Yeah.
Hello.
We've kept the chaos. Were you able to like pull your stream back up into the like out of the ether? Nice. Okay, let's see if I can get my camera to turn on. Oh, we're flipped now.
Everyone says, "Damn, I'm losing you. Screen won't stop buffering." Yep, mine's buffering too. Chat still works. I tried leaving it, coming back.
No, why are we flipped? Why are we flipped?
I don't know.
Am I gonna have to here, you know what? We might have to try and recall anyways. So I'll back out, I'll call you, and we'll see if my camera wants to work. Good Lord. What is even fucking happening?
It's happening again.
What is even happening?
Yeah! We're back!
We're so back!
I'm back!
We did it!
Are you back?
We're back. I'm back on the orange. I'm back on the orange side. We got it figured out, folks. We've done it. Listen, all right, Hall of Fame moment right there. All right, listen. They gotta put that in Canton. We saved it. No, I was kind of.
We're in the early stages of our channel.
We are. No, I was kind of trying to touch back on the Jeff Ulbrich thing just to keep something going a little bit. I think we touch a little more on just a couple of things, and then, I mean, what do you say? Call it a show.
Yeah, we
Alrighty.
did.
We
It was
yeah.
a mess of a show, but
It was a little messy, but hey, we got her together.
it happens. It happens.
All right. Another hire here that who were we even going to talk about before your Wi-Fi died? Because I was yapping about Jeff Ulbrich.
Did I say something about Michael Penix?
We were talking about Michael Penix actually with Stefanski.
Yeah, but then we moved on to something else, didn't we? Or
I think we were trying to segue somewhere, and then your Wi-Fi said peace.
look, I am tired, so I'm like, what the heck's going on? I tried unplugging things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nope.
And
then I went out there.
the internet decided it wanted to take a shite and die.
It's like, put me in the dirt.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna give Trent's internet here the Switzerland award for playing both sides and working well and then shitting the bed and then coming back. It's gonna get the this week's Switzerland award.
Switzerland or like Benedict Arnold.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, now we gotta start that. You know what? You could use that for the Dumpster Fire Awards next year, the Benedict Arnold Award.
I did.
Who betrayed their team?
That for like, I did have that for like a week.
Who betrayed their team the most? You are a little off center, by the way.
Ah, boy. Okay. Yeah, I had to move stuff around. Let's see if I can.
I need you to scooch to either your right or scooch the camera to your left. We're winning. We're winning, man. Oh, I love it. And listen, it's chaos sometimes, and there's only so much you can do.
Okay, there, I'm on center.
You are definitely more. You are more in frame. We'll call it. That's fine. That's good enough. You're in frame. I was gonna say, like, if you scooched like a foot to your right, perfect.
There we go.
We did it. We've done it. We've got
it.
All right. One or two more kind of hires to talk about, I think, a little bit, and then I think
I actually want to talk about the Raiders' job.
Okay. Okay. Because they haven't hired anybody.
They haven't, but it's an interesting situation. A number 1 overall pick, and
let's call it.
Clint Kubiak.
Listen, let's call a spade a spade. It's going to be Fernando Mendoza. If it's not Mendoza, somebody in that organization needs to get executed. The Raiders need a quarterback so unbelievably bad.
In Oakland.
Oakland and Vegas. So the Raiders, there are some pieces to work there. You've got to rebuild that defense, though, I think is a big part of it, but you've got to rebuild that offensive line as well. Like, there is a lot that needs to happen before the Raiders...
Max Crosby's probably gone.
Yeah, Crosby did not seem like he wanted to be there for a minute. Especially near the end of it. I definitely...
like players would want to go to Vegas because of the nightlife.
Well, that could be a part of it.
They questioned the Oakland, and let me explain my reasoning. I think Oakland is still like the hotbed for their fans. Like, for sure. Las Vegas is fine and all, but like they're just there to be there. They're not.
They're there Knights, for the market.
They're Golden Knights fans. They're not really Raider fans.
Yeah,
they're not even.
The Raiders are there for the market.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving the city of Oakland was a sin.
It is what it is.
They screwed the Bay Area with that
Twice.
one. That's an L.
Twice.
Yeah, major L. Major L. No, I do like bringing that up though, because I do think that there are some interesting things with the Raiders, because like you're going to be inheriting, obviously, again, the number 1 overall pick. That's got to be for now. You're going to have Ashton Genty in the backfield still, which I still think he has a lot of promise. I think he got screwed behind just an abysmal offensive line, and that's probably what hurt Geno so much this year as well, was just how poor that O-line was. I think the Raiders' first couple of picks needs to be, obviously, like, you get the Mendoza in the first round, and then I think you've got to go O-line for like 2 rounds. Like, you got to double up, I feel like, on offensive line. And again, you know, we could see free agency solve a few of these issues as well for the Raiders, but I think whoever they get is going to really get to make this team what they want it. I think Clint Kubiak might be a strong candidate here, especially after the Super Bowl. I think that's when he's really going to start hammering in all his stuff in his interviews. It's just interesting though, and I think, like, because I don't know, the Raiders had their shot at Davis Webb, and he pulled out of the interviews. Mostly, I think it would be to be the Broncos OC. I think that's his job to lose, as I've said. Which thank you, Sinbin, much appreciated.
Thank you. Yes, like and subscribe.
But it's it's gonna be a very interesting job to kind of see how this Raiders staff shakes out here, and I almost wonder if they've been waiting for the end of the coaching cycle and not jumping on anybody just to see if they can't land Clint Kubiak. Because who else is still looking for head coaches right now? The Cardinals are still looking for a head coach, which I think Vance Joseph might still be the favorite to become that for the Cards. I think he is the odds-on favorite.
I heard Ron Rivera was the name that was floating around for Arizona.
Really? Ron Rivera?
I heard that this morning on the Grassi Posse, the Grassi Perna show.
Riverboat Ron. That would be interesting to see him go to the desert. That would be crazy. I mean, yeah, like that. Because yeah, okay. So Raiders, are the Cardinals? The Cardinals are still looking, right? Yeah, we were just talking about that. Who else? Washington didn't fire Dan Quinn, did they?
They should have, but no.
No, he's just probably going into this year on thin ice, on very, very thin ice.
Rivera was a candidate, a strong candidate for the Cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, who is still...
Yeah, way past his prime. I think, Dan Quinn is... After what happened with Jaden Daniels, I would have fired him on the spot.
Yeah.
You've had...
I really think it's like they're going to RG3 Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest fear. They're going to do what Mike Shanahan did to RG3.
That is what I'm worried about. And granted, it was 37-7 or something. It was a Seahawks were just...
you got to know when to pull your guy out, man. You're not coming back from 30 points. And I think that was the week after Denver did the thing against the Giants. All right. So what do we still have in that vacancy? So yeah, the Raiders, Cleveland got their head coach. No, you're good. I'm just looking at this list. The Cards still missing a head coach. Is it just the Raiders and Cardinals?
Yeah, it's just 2 positions left.
Damn.
Which is why I don't think Vance Joseph's not going anywhere.
If he's going anywhere, it's to the Cards. If he's going anywhere, it's to Arizona.
Stay with Denver one more year.
That's what I'm saying. Run it back, go win a Super Bowl, and then you can go be a head coach. Anywho, honestly, I think the last thing that I want to really touch on, the Todd Monken hire, dog, in Cleveland. Was it Todd Monken that got hired by the Browns?
Yes. But also, both teams need to pull their starting quarterbacks that game. That was really bad.
All right, this Todd Monken thing is crazy. Cause isn't that basically what got Jim Schwartz outed in Cleveland? Cause I know that because they really wanted to hang on to him, but I don't really know what the plan is. Yeah, so he's not gonna return. Even though he's under contract, so he basically just says, I'm going on strike. So that's like an immediate crisis Todd Monken's got to figure out. And again, this is the guy that Baltimore really didn't like at all.
Got Harbaugh fired?
Todd Monken? No, I don't think Monken was Harbaugh's OC the last year or two. Maybe he was. I'm not sure. But dude, Todd Monken's going to be fighting an uphill battle now, because now one of the best defensive coordinators in the league is no longer there, which honestly, he could go to like
What?
Carolina and turn that defense around. There's pieces to work with in Carolina. I think they're in the same boat where they need a new starting linebacker, because I don't think Roseboom is all that good. But like Mike Jackson,
The Cardinals job.
Mike Jackson's a really, really good. He could. That is another good point. It is,
Sorry.
dog. It is no, you're good, dog. It is crazy though how the Browns have handled this. I really think that they could have just elevated Jim Schwartz and kept him on there. Like I think I don't know. Like Browns are gonna Brown, I guess.
Wanting to retain Monken got Harbaugh fired. Yes.
Yeah, that's valid.
And Sam Poyle said Cleveland is the mistake by the lake. That is. Even McDaniel turned that down. He turned down
So apparently Todd Monken was telling Shitter Sanders that they tried to draft him while Monken was with the Ravens. Said it all
he
worked
didn't
out.
want to go to the Ravens.
Yeah. So you know what? Listen, if Shadur is your guy, man, then you've gotta develop him and do what you want to do there. So now I wonder how
Pro
his
Bowl
staff is gonna...
quarterback. He does not need any work. He's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
True. Truth and real.
The legend of Shadur continues. He is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
And I think we'll be able to revisit this and have a little better insight once these coaching staffs are a little more filled out. This is just kind of the insanity that's going on with it right now, as it stands. But I mean, hey, with that being said, Trent, what do you got coming out?
Hopefully an Eagles analysis of their hiring.
Yeah.
Also a Super Bowl 49
Like a flashback video sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flashback Cave of Wonders type of video. I had the most lopsided Super Bowls in history.
Gotcha.
Come out yesterday or the day before, can't remember.
Gotcha.
But how about you?
So I'm gonna do an off-season wish list video, and I might see if a fellow Bronco creator wants to work on that. Someone like a Kodiak Broncos or an Aussie Talks NFL, someone that I've kind of started talking to over in the David Discord. And then obviously this next Sunday we'll be doing the Super Bowl. And then hopefully here in ideally probably the next 2 months, we're going to be doing like the big Broncos like season in Requiem sort of video. Probably not going to do a gaming stream tonight just because I got some stuff to do tonight, which does kind of suck. I love doing those, but we will be back with the gaming stuff next week. We'll do one on Friday night next week. Probably going to do a Sonic game this time, so that'll be hype.
Can you believe that Flacco made the Pro Bowl for the first time?
Really?
This year? Yeah.
Flacco made the Pro Bowl this year?
Yeah.
What?
I just got the news from Sinbin.
That's crazy.
I thought he had gotten one before.
Maybe? I feel like Joe Flacco had to have gotten a Pro Bowl before.
No, this is his first. It says first Pro Bowl
Ain't no way. That's crazy. Yeah, that it is. At 41 years old, named to the Pro Bowl. What were even his numbers this year? That's what I'm interested to see.
Old dogs can learn new tricks.
Was he even that? No, he wasn't even that bad this year. Like
Was
his
he better than
record,
Shedeur?
his record blew ass this year. Like he was 2-8 in games that he started, but 2,400 yards in 13 games, 15 touchdowns to 10 picks. Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been Shedeur numbers.
You think Cleveland's kicking themselves over trading Flacco? Nah, they got to pick. They got to pick.
No,
out of it.
they used AI to do it, so I don't think so.
Oh God! All right. Well, Trent, it's been a hell of a stream, my man. Always glad to do. Always, even with the technical difficulties.
Yes.
Hey, listen. The show's too good that not even your Wi-Fi can handle it, dog.
That's very true. Stefanski's coach
Show's
two
too
Pro
good.
Bowl quarterbacks.
Oh man.
Got
Hey,
rid of both.
And thank you, everybody, for watching, whether or not you're on my end or on Trent's end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to one or either of us if you enjoyed, or if you enjoyed everything. Ideally, both. Ideally, we both earned your subscription. And with that being said, I've been Miles. Who has this been?
Trent.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Could be Trent.
Yes.
Could also be an imposter. Find out on next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, have a good evening. Love each and every one of you. I want to give a big shout out, of course, always to my crew. Trent, obviously, here co-hosting, and then some guys that do a lot of behind-the-scenes work. Ender with the graphics, and then Bok Choy in my chat, helping mod everything, as always. So big shout to those guys. Big shout to all my friends as well. Love each and every one of you, and we'll see you next week. I'll see you here in a couple of days with whatever video I got coming out. Take it easy. Love yous. We will see you guys later.
Life starts with a sunny day. Let's feel our ocean breath. We are cruising overseas. Can't wait for a new adventure. La 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 la. A new adventure. La 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 la. A new adventure. La la. A new adventure. La la. New adventure. Nothing's gonna stop us now. We'll conquer the seven seas. No one's getting left behind. Get ready for a new adventure. La 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 la. A new adventure. La 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 la. A new adventure. La la. A new adventure. La la. A new adventure. La la. Life starts with a sunny day. Let's feel our ocean breath. We are cruising overseas. Can't wait for a new adventure. La la. La la.